Well, there is Salty's sheath, and here is his knife. I don't have the handle done yet. I got 2 or 3 more coats I'm going to put on it. But he wanted plain Jane knife, and that's what he got. But he did not say he wanted a plain Jane sheath, so I gave it a little fade. I also want to thank Wedgetail Leather for telling me about cutting the dye with alcohol. I did that, and that is a much better fade. Much better. And did you know Salty was in the Navy? As a matter of fact, there was a documentary about him. Apparently, his ship ran aground on a deserted island, and he spent a lot of time there with, there was a couple of girls, and a professor, and a millionaire and his wife, and a guy named Gilligan. They were eventually rescued, and I believe he moved to Georgia eventually. But yeah, there was a very long documentary about him and his shipwreck. Okay. I'll have this probably done in the morning. I've got 4. The guy contacted me, and he is in Sweden. And this is the only one that's not spoken for. And I'm going to try to get these mailed in the morning. I think I may be able to mail this. I'll know tonight. If I get the last coat on tonight and it's dry in the morning, I'll be able to send it in the morning. But that's what it's looking like. Okay. Thanks for watching, y'all. And sorry I was a bit whiny about this town. I guess I'm just going to have to make myself be happy here. All right, I am going to get... Okay, Salty's done, so I just... Well, I got them all boxed up. I haven't mailed them yet. It's still Monday morning. I got to cut Jay's out. I got to cut Mystery Buyers out. And I just got another order for a dinner skinner for Donald Duncan, so I'm going to get that cut out. Just wanted to tell you about my, I guess, my discovery on these sanding belts. I've tried many different brands, and, you know, they all are just okay. They wear out quick. And I have an eraser. Somebody mentioned this the other day. Oh, Heaven Help Us. Yeah, this is what it looks like. I have another one. I get them at Harbor Freight. This is what they look like brand new. They're like $6 at Harbor Freight. And you can easily get, especially on that you sand the wood on, you can easily get 10 times the life out of these. All right, I'll show you. This is going to be loud. Give me just a second. You can extend the life of your belts by, I say 10 times, but you know, it might be 8 or 9 times, but definitely a huge difference, and well worth the $7 or $8 these things cost, and they last forever. So anyway, I have tried Klingspor, I've tried Deerfoss, Hermes, Vitex. And Vitex is okay, but the best belts I've found so far are Combat Abrasive. And these Combat Abrasive, the reason I'm not using one right now is because I'm going to work my way through all my belts and then start using Combat Abrasives exclusively. Because they last way longer. They're a little bit more expensive, but you get twice the life out of them. So anyway, let me get started making knives here. I just wanted to show you how I lay out my knives before I grind them. I used to scribe a line down here for the plunge line, but I only scribe this top line now because I can't see the line on the side anyway until I, take it off. So what I do is I just use this top line and I come in line with the belt. Like that on each side. And that starts the plunge line right at that line on either side. So I really can't, it doesn't make sense to draw it down here. And the reason I draw the bevel lines is because I have to adjust the angle of my grinding jig. And you see that double line there? That's about 3/32. And that's the thickness I try to leave for the sharpening edge. And that way it doesn't warp when I heat treat it. And I do that on both sides. Start the edge. And then what I do is I concentrate on bringing my line into the center line on that knife. And then I adjust my jig where I bring the line down to this line. Okay. I just put some layout dye on these. And I'm letting that dry. As soon as that dries, I'm going to go to grinding all three of these. Okay, earlier I said that there was no real profit, that I was never going to be a knife-making tycoon. I just ordered four belts for that. These are all for sandpaper. They're all for wood. And I bought some Combat Abrasives meant for steel. And they were 16, so I just spent $72 on 4 belts, and 80 grit, 280 grits and 220 grits. This, and I go through a lot of it. This is the epoxy that I hold the handles on with. I just got that. That's $30. I just got these. I just got that. That's my diamond sharpening system that I sharpen my knives at right here. That was $75. I mean, it never, for every knife I sell, I have to buy stuff to replace the stuff that I used. I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I'm still having a blast making knives. And as long as people want my knives, I'll keep making them. But there's no getting rich on making knives. And pretty much every dime I've made has gone right back into replacing stuff I've used here in the shop. And I keep telling myself that I'm going to try to save enough money from my knife making to buy a 2x72 belt grinder. But I can't see that happen because I just had to replace so many components that I use. Anyway, I got both these knives cut out and ready for their bevels. This is Jay Wallace and Mystery Shopper. This is Donald Duncan's dinner skinner that he wants acid washed, acid etched, and tumbled. And all I'm going to do today is get the basic sanding done. The grind lines sanded out, mostly, up to 120 rather. And that's all I'm going to do today. I have been working. I have to go mail them boxes. I haven't gone and done that yet. The prizes, the gift subscriber giveaways, and Salty's knife. I got to go mail his too. So I think I'm gonna knock off. Hell, it's noon or a little. It's got to be 1 o'clock. So I'm gonna do a little more sanding on this, and that's it for me today. I'm gonna go to the post office, and then I think my wife wants some Burger King. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Burger King, and maybe this time I'll have a cop that won't hassle me as I'm turning in a driveway. Alrighty, we'll see you tomorrow.